comes the sun, da-da-da-da. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's alright. If those clouds would go away, then it would be even more alright. It would be great. It would be amazing. It would be powerful and beloved. Clouds, do me a solid, and GTFO, so I can view the sunrise from this totally non-conspicuous window. Oh, great. A forgotten soul has arrived. Fabulous. Really bringing in the crowd. Hello, zombie cereal. I can't, is that Rimmel? Mystic Ace. Here we go again. Ethan. Sasha. Getting a lot of names in chat that I don't usually see, probably because I'm streaming so freakishly early. Hello, Boo. Quiddity. Gabriel. Lady Felwyn. Man of Culture. We're in the middle of uploading. Dang. What a time to be uploading. Rain for Pain. Your name is Steve. You shouldn't be giving out personal information like that on the internet. Come on, clouds. Go away. I need to see the sun. I actually don't know where the sun's gonna come in from. I think it might be on the left, which is a bit of a problem. You do love clouds. Well, a bit of cloud is fine, but if the clouds are covering the entire sky, then it's boring. And gray. And not colorful. The point of a sunrise, also a sunset, is some good colors, a nice gradient. And recently I've been getting kind of screwed on the sunset side, and whenever a good sunset comes up, I'm not in a position to film it, which is a problem. Sun comes from the east. Well, you've put a lot of faith in me that you think I know which direction east is. Sky is blue, mine is pure black. Right now, nothing but the stars. Okay. Well, then it's not pure black. You've got the star. Thank you, Kernus88 Playing Guy, for the $1. I'm afraid I don't get the reference. Had in some rain? No. We've had enough rain. It's gonna rain for the next week. There's gonna be thunderstorms like crazy. Smelly thunderstorms. With gray skies. Supposed to sleep when it's dark. Well, this is what this stream is for. It's for everybody who's up too early, like me, or up too late, like me last night. Only got about 3 hours of sleep, but I wanted to give a sunrise stream a bit of a test run, because I'm just that kind of person. Desert heat is killing you. Oh man, you in Arizona? Man, you know, I probably should have prepared this ahead of time. Just like a half hour ago, I just like came up here and I was just like, yeah, I'm figuring this out. This is a terrible place to be streaming. There's like no room down here. There's so much stuff in the way. It's so crowded, but I can't move too much of it, you know. Hello, Grim Hunter. Doing okay. Be doing a lot better if I could actually see a good gradient happening. Probably not gonna happen. Do I like the rain? Not particularly. It's not really my jam. You're hours away from Vegas. Well, like I said, you shouldn't post such identifying information on the internet. I've been to Vegas once. Just once. It's been like over a decade. Wasn't old enough to gamble, but I was old enough to see Chris Angel's live show. That was alright. I went on a roller coaster. What else did I do there? I feel like I might have... No, I don't think I saw Cirque du Soleil. Do they have Cirque du Soleil in Vegas town? In Vegas? In old Vegas? I've got dirt on my glasses. That's gonna drive me nuts. That made it worse. Okay, just gonna ignore that. You realize you didn't like alcohol in Vegas? Oh yeah. You sleep, you can't wake up with the disturbance of the surrounding. Sorry, I don't really understand what you're trying to say there. You use window cleaner for glasses. That sounds like a mistake. Good afternoon from the Philippines. Well, good morning to the Philippines from all the way over here. Frosty Snowman, it's not time for school, it's Saturday. What are you talking about? That's crazy. Am I kind of tired? Yeah, man, it's 5:45 a.m. But I think the cloud cover is getting a little bit better. It's becoming a bit more interesting to look at least. I should have aimed the camera more left. Once you sleep, if anyone tries to wake me up, I can't. I feel nothing, like I'm in a deep slumber. Oh, so you're just like a deep sleeper. Can't relate. I'm not deep sleeping at all. I'm light sleeping. I'm sleeping so light I could float up to the ceiling. I'm sleeping so light I don't even need a nightlight. Summer break started yesterday. Really? Interesting. I didn't know that. I thought that was like a June thing. Well, actually, it's been a while since I was in school. So I know that like college summer break starts in May and other school breaks start in June, right? Or did I forget? It just seems like an odd middle ground. Community college. Oh, okay. Well, like when I say May, I mean like May 1st. It just seems like a little bit late in the month. This is a terrible place to sit. I gotta be honest with you. I brought my cushion because I was just like, yeah, I'll just sit here on this cushion. And I figured it'd be fine because there's like mats all over the place, but it's not as good. This thing's annoying. It's in the way. Have I seen Metalocalypse before? Well, I've heard of it. I've never seen it. You can sleep after watching my ASMR? Wow. I don't want to doubt you, but like, most of my ASMR isn't really conducive to a sleepy atmosphere. I can maybe count the sleepy kind of videos on one hand. Came to say hi, then leave. Okay, hello and goodbye, gaming devil. Tone makes you sleepy. Well, as long as you guys are getting something out of it, it's fine. You sleep to them all the time. Okay, cool. I was falling asleep to Ross's game dungeon, so I guess I can't really judge. I mean, I remember seeing that animatic clip where Wayne Radio TV was talking about how he falls asleep to the angry video game nerd, and I was just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I used to do that when I was a kid, but he yells a lot. Most of my ASMR contributes to wholesome vibes. Well, that can't be right. Once drunk sleep in the bathroom. Wow, it sounds like you've really got a problem. I guess I'm not one that can judge, because I don't really know the ins and outs of being so drunk you pass out in a bathroom, but you know. Fell asleep to a video that demonstrated mouse traps. Oh. Well, I guess if the person had a soothing voice. It was your first time drinking. Wow, really overdid it. I don't even remember my first time drinking. Well, that's not necessarily true. It all began when I was 6 years old. So my parents were having a party. Just a few friends over, not a big deal. My dad and his buddies cracked a couple of beers. Me, 6 years old, I had had a dream at some point that I had drank beer, and I thought I would like it. So I said to my dad, can I have some beer? And he was like, I don't think you'll like it. And I was just like, no, it's okay. I'll have some. So he poured just a smidge, just like a sip's worth, into my little Disney princess cup that I had. I took a sip of it. It was rancid, and I've never gone back. Hey man, it's okay to let your kid, like, take a sip of the wine just to see what it tastes like. Like, that's not gonna be a problem in the future. It's when you're, like, actively letting your child, like, drink full glasses of alcohol that you've got an issue. Yeah, root beer is good. For some reason, regular beer sucks. I remember my dad, like, I told him that this is bad. He was like, well, it's an acquired taste. And I'm just like, what? Why did you have to acquire this? Who would want to? Alcohol just has a really bad taste. Yeah, seriously. The only alcohol that I've ever had in my life that wasn't, like, horrendously, terribly tasting was the stuff that was mixed drinks that have so much sugar in them you can't possibly taste what the alcohol originally is. Like, I remember one time on vacation I had this thing, I think it was called a dirty monkey or something like that. It was basically just like a chocolate milkshake, but with alcohol in it. At that point, there was so much chocolate in it that you didn't even need the alcohol. It was just like, just have the milkshake. What are we doing here? have an alcohol that you've never been disgusted or had a bad experience with? Listen, certain alcoholic sodas, like alcoholic root beers, are okay, but the last sip, always bad. Drinking age is anything as long as you have Mexican parents? Well, fair enough. I mean, I'm sure my sister was like drinking wine and beers underage. Well, maybe, I don't know. I mean, the drinking age here is 19, so. She probably was. She was a bit of a party animal. I hope she won't mind me saying. She's always getting into parties, getting kind of crazy. She does that kind of stuff. But yeah, I know that when she was like 18, my parents were like, "Yeah, you can have a glass of wine with dinner. It's not a big deal." I think that's technically legal though, right? Like if you give like somebody between the ages of like, I don't know the between ages. Like if you give an older teenager like a beer on private property, it's technically legal. There's a lot of fudging around with the laws on that. Alright, goodbye, Sebastian. Go get some rest. As long as you're on your property, it's legal. Okay, that's fine. If your parents consent, you can have an alcoholic drink. Okay, that's fair. It all works out then. France is a drinking age of 12. I don't believe you. That's silly. Thank you, Soundboy. Appreciate the kind words. What I don't appreciate is the clouds ruining my lovely sunrise stream. It's unfortunate. I'm just gonna click my ankle in frustration. Same idea as kids being able to drive unless it's on private property. If it is on private property. I almost woke up at 4:30 in the morning. At 4:30 in the morning, and without a single warning. Like driving at a young age should be allowed as it would help in certain situations. I mean, maybe. I guess. Oh boy. Oh lads, I can see it from here. You can't, but I can. There's a train coming in. Looks like a long one too. It's always way louder over here. I guess we should prepare ourselves. If they do sound the horn this early in the morning, maybe they stop doing that. You would hope, considering how many people live around here, that don't want to be woken up at 6 a.m. by a train going by. I don't think they're gonna do it. It's all quiet. I never really appreciated how great of a view of the train you can get from here. don't think they're gonna do it. Alright. Vibes. We can stay chill. We can stay quiet. Oh no, they did it. At 6 a.m. That's outrageous. Yeah, that sucks. Why do they do that? We gotta have like a city council meeting or some shit about this. They should not be letting off train horns in a residential area at 6 a.m. I swear they didn't do that at the old place, but maybe I got used to it. Now Saturday at 6 a.m., which is worse. Maybe. Well, I mean, it's a full day of work and then people go partying, right? I imagine. I don't party. I was, despite all of my best efforts to the contrary, I can never seem to go to bed at a decent time. It's either like 1 a.m. or 8 p.m. Like, if I'm trying to go to bed early, I have to do it super deliberately. Do I drink hot cocoa? On occasion. Like, sometimes, if I feel the need to. Hear the clinking of glass. Yeah, this is water. It's in the New York Stock Exchange. Love hot cocoa. Alright, vibes. That train's going by real slow. I wish you had cocoa. I wish I was a baller. I wish I was a little bit taller. Or however that song goes. Well, I find that very relatable, forgotten soul. Even sleeping pills can't put me down. I'm just too powerful, which is bad for me. I'm gonna stop doing that. It's kind of annoying. It's 6 in the night? Okay. So we're on a 12-hour difference. That's crazy. Just got up for work and I might not even have to work today. Well, it is a Saturday. Wish I was rougher than Knuckles. You can't sue time. Nope. Imagine being 5'11" and getting your head bonked. Oh, yeah. I guess I've never felt the struggle of not being able to fit through a door frame. It's 3 in the morning? No, it isn't. The clouds keep shifting, but we still don't see a good gradient. I have to fight so much in my life. I have to put up with so much hardship and difficulties. All the bug hallucinations. They're not really hallucinations. It's I think they call it visual snow syndrome. Either way, I've got it really bad. So I can't really look at a open, clear sky without seeing what looks like hundreds of bugs swarming in front of my vision. But they're not really bugs. They're just kind of spots of light. My vision is terrible, and I really hate that. I don't even think laser eye surgery would fix this shit. it's a problem. See, I love looking at the sky. I love looking at the clouds. I love looking at the sunrise and the sunset, but my eyes are so bad I can only look at it for a few seconds at a time. What is a gradient? It's when a color slowly shifts to another color. It's also a setting in a GIMP and Photoshop. So you pick one color and another color, and then it like slowly fades into one of the other colors. Big fan of gradients, especially natural gradients. I like them in the morning when they're pink and they're purple, and in the evening when I actually get to see them. The usual just like kind of yellow to blue, that's not interesting to me, but when we get some oranges in there, let's party. Smudge moments. Is the window really that dirty? Shit. Here I thought I'd gotten around it. There's a small circle that I thought I cropped out from where something used to be stuck there. You feel sleep overtaking you. Same. Good night, baddies. Now looking at the night sky or just the day sky? Well, I don't mind the night sky, but like light pollution ensures that I can't actually see any of the stars, so can't really do much about that unless I go out even further into the country. You can see a line, a scratch. Where? I don't... You know what? I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm not looking for that. There is a scratch on my window. Ah, my head. Shouldn't have looked up. What about Hot Boy? You making a Vine reference? Must be a little west of you. Oh yeah, just a tad, I guess. Your sunrise is nice and orange. Well, you could be in a completely different country. In fact, you definitely are. Even I'm getting bored of this. Of course. My dreams of sunrise supremacy ruined by clouds. And the worst part is I can see it coming in from the left, but I can't do anything with it because I can't actually get the camera to show that part. The rage, the hatred, the anger. City person or country person? A city person, I guess, just for the walkability. I don't want to live in Toronto, but I gotta say having a subway system would be really nice. Like, really nice. If there's one thing Russia does have going for it, it's like metros frigging everywhere. Not expecting a stream this early, neither was I. But it's morning, and the sun's coming up. Apparently. I haven't seen a sight of it. Has anybody seen the sun? Sun, please interact. Sun, get in contact with me. sure to hide from a nuclear blast, and maybe just travel. Making a call out post to the Sun. Yeah, seriously. Sun, we are trying to reach you for comment. We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. The Sun's car. The Sun has a car. Sephiroth, goddamn Cloud. Yeah. Why is that guy called Cloud anyway? That's made up. He's cute though. At least in the remake. Can you sue the Sun? Probably not. It's ungoverned at the moment. And I say at the moment because you know somebody would try to govern it if they could. My God, frickin' email pop-ups. To be a great car driver or a great horse rider? Neither. Gonna go on a drive to LA. She'll take 4 hours if traffic is good at 4 a.m. I mean, it's LA, so probably not. You know, there's two people that, like, two internet personalities that I know of that I think live in LA. Or was it California? I don't know. Whatever. I know one of them was like, I fucking hate it here. I want to leave. I want to go back to Seattle with my girlfriend. And the other one was like, no, I actually really like living here. This is where all the work in my field is. It's like, it's really bizarre to see somebody enjoy living in LA. Just woke up because I was snoring too loud. You might want to get that checked out. Or wear one of those nose strip things. And I gotta help set up a party, which is even worse, and participate, and party will end at like 11 and then drive back. What the fuck? You're staying there until 11 and like they can't even give you like a place to sleep? Honestly, if you've been up since 4 a.m., driving at 11 sounds like a really dangerous idea, dude. Driving sleepy is just about as bad as driving drunk. Hello, Montgomery Gator. Oh, that's a FNAF reference. I get it. I've been there. I've never been there. LA is extremely pricey and people only idolize the shops. The shops? I guess. I never really thought about the shopping scene in LA. Oh my God, I see the sun. I can see it. Ah. It's in a weird corner. Fuck, come on. Hold on, let me look at my source here. Ah, dang it. Can't even see it on the full screen. Okay. Okay, well, it's coming. I can just catch a glimpse of it underneath the clouds. Oh, please, make an appearance for us. Have you heard of Among Us, Gregory? Sound like you have depression or you're just very tired. Why does everybody say that, you know? Like, everybody's just like, you sound depressed. I'm just like, I literally just am talking in a slower register. How do you sound depressed? It's a nice opinion, fake boy. Where's your source? My source is that I made it the fuck up. You're a hardcore weeb or a light anime watcher? I guess I'm a light anime watcher. I look at more anime fan art than actual anime. A Maxor reference? I guess. I haven't watched the whole video. I've only seen that clip. Play Pokemon Legends? No. I'm waiting for the new ones. Yeah. But like, that did have me a bit concerned because like, when did the remake come out? That's like, from the release date they were setting, that's like 3 new Pokemon games in 2 years, right? That's too much. Which starter am I gonna pick? Oh, probably the Weed Cat. Most likely. I mean, when Sun Moon came out, I wanted to pick Litten, but I knew that it turned into a weird wrestler cat, and I didn't want anything to do with it. I think the remakes came out like mid-2021. Okay. You know what? I'm looking up the dates on this. Okay, Pokemon Legends Arceus. When did that drop? Okay, January 28th of this year? Wow, I really thought it was older than that. Pokemon Pearl remake. Okay, yeah, the Pearl remake came out like 2 months before Arceus. And when's the new one coming out? Yeah, they say it's coming out in 2022. That's... Dude, if Pokemon Scarlet is coming out in 2022, that's 3 Pokemon games in 1 year. That's outrageous. Talk about fucking crunch time. Well, thank you, Atomic Thomas, for the $2.
Sent a commission last week. I haven't heard back.
You did? What? I didn't hear about that. I don't remember that. Oh shit, you did. My bad, I totally missed that message. I didn't get a notif for it. Alright, well, I will message you back after the stream ends. Thanks for letting me know about that. That's my bad. Nintendo kind of greedy? Yeah. Like, they're saying, like, you can't emulate games that they don't even fucking sell anymore. Arceus was outsourced. Yeah, but that's still too much Pokemon in 1 year. Like, even if it's not, like, one team getting crunched to hell and back, like, that's still too much of one property. Like, if there were, say, 3 Halo games coming out in 1 year, everybody would think that was excessive, right? It's excessive here, too. It is morally right to pirate Nintendo games? Yes. That's the truth. Removing female characters from Mario Kart? Which Mario Kart? There's not an upcoming Mario Kart game, is there? I know they're removing Daisy from Mario Strikers. You trying to enjoy a stream while fixing your PS4? Well, you gotta listen to something. Pokemon starts on all fours, then keep it on all fours. What do they not get about that? Well, I mean, it is evolution. Our ancestors were probably on all fours too, right? That weird lizard fish thing crawled out of the primordial soup, caused all those problems. Arceus looks outsourced. Well, I wouldn't know about all that. The only thing I really know about Arceus is everybody lost their shit about that one guy who what's his name? Ingo, who was he was in a Pokemon Black and White, I think, as like a train conductor or something, and he ended up like back in time. I've seen a lot of angsty fan art about that. I prefer PS4 or Xbox 360. Well, the PS4 is like the PS4 is a different generation than the Xbox 360, but I do prefer the PS4. I mean, I don't like how it has to update every time I turn it on, but you know. Another train. That's like 20 minutes. At 6 a.m. on a Saturday. Oh my god, the clouds are starting to clear up a little bit. I didn't even notice. Come on, we could get the sun in here. Why is it looking so smudgy? Maybe I gotta adjust my brightness. Currently up way too late. Oh, you fool. There's actually a full timeline in the games. Well, yeah. Everything has a timeline. Zelda has a timeline, and it's got 3 different, and it's got a 3-in-1 timeline. What was it? Brian David Gilbert figured that shit out, right? He did figure that out, and Sonic's in the time break and all that. Alright, goodbye, Anthony Saylor. Farewell. The sun's never gonna show its face. Pokemon has a stupid timeline. Well, there was a war involved, yeah? And that guy that's like 1,000 years old. I don't know. It's dumb. PS3 or Xbox 360? Well, Xbox 360. I never owned a PS3. My ex-boyfriend did, though. I remember him playing PlayStation All-Stars. He really liked that game. It wasn't good. And instead of having Dante from Devil May Cry in it, they had Dante from fucking DMC in it. What an embarrassment. Anybody even remember that game? Why can't Nintendo just make an easy game timeline to follow? Well, I guess the thing is, if like you have a bunch of different iterations of something, like a million sequels and shit, at some point you have to start doing like offshoots and stuff, or else you'll run out of stuff to say. If you have enough sequels, everything gets confusing. I mean, I doubt everything's super straightforward in the Fast and the Furious franchise. And that's got like 9 sequels. Right, goodbye, Forgotten Soul. At the very least, you should, like, take a nap before you start driving back for 4 hours at, like, 11. If you get tired, just, like, pull over and sleep somewhere. Even in your car. Unless that's illegal. Because they do that. They apparently make sleeping in your car illegal because America hates homeless people. JRPGs have the right idea where every new game is a reboot. Isn't that just the Final Fantasy series? And, Persona, I guess? Like Sebo, I don't know why we're having this argument. I prefer the sun, but I acknowledge that in order for balance and survival, you need both rain and sun. You need both of them. It's like a yin and yang situation. America spends more money on hostile architecture than the estimated cost of building housing for all the homeless people. Yeah, literally. You know, if they just took like a sliver of their military budget, they could like probably house all the homeless. And I'm not saying that Canada's any better in that regard, because all the houses are being bought up by foreigners. And I don't want to sound like I'm being, like, xenophobic or anything like that. It's just a fact. Like, a lot of the big real estate properties are getting bought up by foreign companies. And it's a fucking problem because we have a housing crisis. It'd be nice if you could just go buy a house, but no, it's already been snapped up by somebody from a different country who doesn't even fucking live here, and the house is going to be empty for, like, 11 months out of the year. It's a problem. Hello, Ebon Quill. Housing shouldn't be private in general. I guess? What does that mean? Are you arguing that, like, nobody should own land, it should belong to the government, or what are we saying? Should it belong to everybody? I don't know. I'm not against the idea of private property. It just, you know, there's got to be some restrictions. All right. Good night, Archon. Archon. Good night. The sun's coming in. We can see it. We can witness it. It appears over the horizon. And by horizon, I mean these clouds. We're almost there. You can see it. Oh, good luck with fixing your PS4, Sebo. If you ain't gonna live in the house, why buy it? So you have a place to go when you escape from whatever shitty country you live in? I say whatever country. It's mostly Chinese companies. Just like rich Chinese people. That's pretty much usually the case. Housing should be provided by the government or should be community owned by the people that actually live in it. Yeah. Well, honestly, if somebody just decided to go, like, become a squatter in one of the clearly not lived in houses that are just being bought up by foreign interests, like, yeah, man, what would they do about it? Who's gonna call the cops? Like, honestly, I feel like the Canadian government should be doing more about that, since we are having a housing crisis, and houses being bought up by people that don't even live in the fucking country is a problem. It's a problem. My mom was a real estate agent and sold houses that often weren't lived in for years at a time. Yeah, seriously. I feel like you should only be able to buy, like, a residential, like a house that an average person would live in. I feel like you should only be allowed to buy it if you can prove that you're living in the country for, like, more than 6 months out of the year. Because, like, I get it. Some people go on long vacations in the winter. That's fine. But, like, if you don't live here, like, for years and years and years, you don't get that fucking house. Thank you, Harkin Drake. I do win in the raspy voice department. Unfortunately, I'm still getting comments saying I sound like Solid Snake, which just proves that nobody else has ever heard a raspy voice before. The sun is here. The star of the show. Poggers. PogChamp. We did it. Welcome to the show. I'd have an interview, but I doubt the sun would say anything. It's 5 in the morning? No, it isn't. Not even close. Praise the sun, I guess. I tried to play Dark Souls 2 recently. I got motion sick and I had to shut it off. It's a shame. I was actually, like, Everybody's been defending it lately. I'm just like, all right, I bought it on sale a few years ago. I'll give it another try. And I just got too motion sick and I had to stop playing it. I'm really bad with those kinds of games. It's so bright. Fake doing EU friendly streams. What time is it in the EU? Okay. People from Boston, when I hit them with the unbridled power of the sun, is it not sunny there? You're here at sunset. Where you are? Nice. You can watch a sunrise at sunset, the power of the internet. New Zealand friendly streams. What time is it in New Zealand? It's 1:36 over. Okay. You're in the middle of enjoying your Saturday, I see. Very busy. Working on not working because it's Saturday. It's 10:35 in New Zealand. In the morning? Or at night? It's not 11 p.m. watching a fake stream. Alright, fair enough. If you're watching it at 11 p.m. though, that means you're only like a few hours off. It's literally 2 a.m. exactly. Everybody's awake too late and awake too early. I'm the same way. I'm more powerful than even anyone knows. You wouldn't know, would you? But you wouldn't know, would you? Been listening to a lot of GLaDOS songs lately. Good shit. Oh, it's nighttime where you are. Okay. I see. It's 10:35 at night in New Zealand. You miss Portal? Yo, same. I wish Valve still made video games. I wish they maintained the video games that they actually do make. R.I.P. TF2. Not that I play it, I just know people are really mad about it. Oh, please make a game with 3 in it for once. They made Half-Life Alyx. That was it. Portal 3 for Steam Deck. Oh, I still gotta play that office job game that they had. Yeah. Hello, TJ. Go to bed at 9 p.m. and wake up at 6:15. I get called a maniac for it. Well, I would call you a maniac, but only because I'm like super jealous. Anybody calling you that is just like jealous of how managed you are. I mean, you go to bed and wake up at a decent time, like, you win. They're just jealous. Or GLaDOS sings, I get sad for some reason. Yeah, same. Especially since I have found out about that secret song that wasn't in the game. Don't Say Goodbye, where like they recorded it but they never put it into the game, and then what's his name, Harry 101 UK, he edited it so it sounded like GLaDOS singing with the auto-tune thing, and yeah, it's really sad. It's a sad song. Like, it definitely gives you a different vibe than like anything else GLaDOS ever sang. Like, at the end of Portal 2, the song is like, She's like, I want you to get the fuck out of here. I still don't like you, but I don't hate you enough to want you dead anymore. And then in Don't Say Goodbye, she's like, I've been waiting forever for you to come back. Please don't say goodbye. Who's GLaDOS? She's from Portal. You know, cake is a lie. You should play the Portal games. They might make you motion sick, though. They did make me motion sick. I'm really bad with video games. I get simulation sickness like nobody's business. Never even attempted to play Minecraft, because it probably would be just as bad. Portal 1 was short. Yeah, and it's probably like super cheap. You might be able to get it for a discounted price if you would like. Now I've just got that song stuck in my head. You were in my dreams while I slept forever. I've been drifting here so long. When I felt you near, I hoped you would wake me. You won't say goodbye. Fix your PS4, but it won't connect to your TV. No! Then what's the point of even having it? If it won't connect to your TV, is it really fixed? Man, look at that sun. Got some good God rays going on down there. That's just like a big ball of radiation. It's hideous. I can't even look at it. In Kane Pixel's Backrooms. I saw the first video. I'm okay. Felt sorry for GLaDOS in Portal 2 even before she got potatoed. Well, she did get murdered. There was that. She definitely did get murdered. That did happen. That's canon. It is canon that she got murdered. Not saying she didn't deserve it, though. I play Gears of War? No. God, the sun's so bright. I'm reminded of a Vine that said the impeccable words. It's a shame we need this radiating shit orb to survive. She experienced burning to death for thousands of years. Oh, right, that black box feature. That's horrifying. You don't want that. But you know, like, the delivery on so many of those GLaDOS lines, just impeccable. Like, when she first loses it in Portal 1, she'd just be like, good news. I just found out what that thing you incinerated did. I mean, it's so fun the way she roasts the player. For the record, you are an orphan, and that's terrible. I get like that one test where she's just like, here's the report. It says that you're ugly. And it's just like, what the heck does that guy know? And it's like, oh, it's a fashion designer from France. Those look like storm clouds? Oh, probably. It's supposed to become quite a show later. I don't want to give myself away too much. Don't want to give up my location just by showing the sky. But if I check the hourlies on my weathering app, we are in for a thunderstorm tomorrow and the rest of the week. And today, it's going to be a lot of rain. Not looking forward to that. It's a bit of a problem. Remember that news line where an actual orphan played Portal 2 or something and the orphan lines from Wheatley came in? I don't remember that actually. I mean, even if an orphan played Portal 2, like, it shouldn't be a problem. GLaDOS is clearly playing the villain there, so yeah, a villain would say shitty things like making fun of somebody for not having parents. Give more information so you can be doxxed by a weather report. Well, it has happened before. See, there's a bit of a... just down like a few pixels from what you can see is the ground, and there is some sort of radio tower or something with a blinking light visible. And I decided I could have shown it, but I decided to cut it out because I just know there's somebody out there who could triangulate my position from that one blinking tower. Somebody would be able to figure it out. Maybe not 4chan, they're really busy with conspiracy theories these days, but somebody not willing to risk it. Some people need to touch grass. Yeah. Unless you live in Arizona. The grass issue. No real grass anywhere in Arizona. Yeah. But I bet they still have lawns there for no reason. Seriously, I just look at like the big like swaths of grass they have around my apartment that are like a huge pain in the ass to maintain, and they have to bring in like external like lawn care people to look after it. And I'm just like, you know what? It's not worth it. Just let that shit grow. It doesn't matter. Got the platinum trophy on Hollow Knight? No. What's a platinum trophy? When will I do a stream again? I'm doing one right now. It's not gonna be today, I can tell you that. Got down well? Nice. I think the desert looks beautiful. Well, if you're okay with it. I've never been. I feel like I might live in the desert with how cracked my skin is. It's a problem. My Neighbors hate me, but at least I'm being harassed by bees constantly. The bees appreciate your sacrifice. They're living, aren't they? "50,000 people used to live here, now it's a ghost town." What's that from? That's not a Portal reference. You know what I've been listening to a lot lately? I've been catching up. Well, not catching up. I've just been starting to listen to the Magnus Archives podcast. I'm a little ways through, I guess, season 2. I don't know. I listened to season 1 like months ago. Because I felt like I was in a good place to stop. And now shit's just getting crazy. I'd rather have landlords take care of the lawn than me. I just don't have the time. Yeah, nobody has the time. Who has the time to give a shit about, like, the grass growing in front of their house when they've got, like, their lives to live? I know my parents, like, they were always, like, super obsessed with taking care of the lawn. It's just annoying. It's grass. It doesn't even provide anything useful. Ever consider jumping out a window when there's a fire alarm test? I mean, the windows aren't big enough to jump out of. Well, the part that opens, anyway. I could jump off the balcony, but that seems counterproductive. It's really tall. Like, the guardrails are really tall. I mean, like, I do have those thoughts sometimes. Where I'm like, I need to go downstairs, and my immediate thought is like video game logic. Okay, fastest way to get downstairs is jump off the balcony. It's not even like a I'm depressed thing, it's just like an idiot thing. I'm like, it would be faster to go that way, and I'm like, I would not survive that way, but yes, you're right. Live in the French part of Canada. Do I sound like I live in the French part of Canada? The only French part of Canada is Quebec. Everybody likes to pretend we're bilingual, but we're not. It's just Quebec. Jumped out a window from your school, you thought it was a real fire? You know that's not what you're supposed to do in a real fire, right? Unless it's like an emergency. Like, unless you're being cornered by the fire, you just, like, calmly make your way to the exit. Like, unless you are actively being attacked by fire, why would you do that? Going to Canada has been on your list for a while now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. I can't really recommend any locations. You know what? Actually, if you end up in Ontario, go to the Royal Ontario Museum. That's like my favorite museum. Don't eat the cupcakes there, though. Like, they sell cupcakes in the cafeteria in the basement. Don't eat them, though. They taste fine, but don't eat them. Because you want to live, of course, but, like, I get it, but nothing was threatening you. It was just an alarm. I would say that 90% of the time when a fire alarm goes off, it's a false alarm or it's a test, okay? And I get it, you don't want to gamble with that 10%, but, like, you don't need to jump out of a window for that. You can just leave. And if you run into a fire coming at you, you can just turn around and leave through another door. Every building has 2 exits. They have to, by law. Does the Canadaland theme park still exist? What, you mean Wonderland? I don't know what you're talking about. Never tell me the odds. Oh my god. Counterpoint. I get to jump out of a window. Yeah, I feel like you're kind of burying your intentions here, Sebo. I think you just wanted to jump out of a window for the story. Oh my god, is that... I didn't even see it. Oh my god, it's coming from the other direction. Seriously. That's 3 trains in an hour. How do people, like, live over here? I can, like, just barely hear it from my apartment. This is outrageous. God, that sun is just a fucking orb, isn't it? Now I wish we did have a bit more cloud cover. It would look more cinematic. In a classroom, you have 1 door and 4 windows. Okay. All right. Trains are cool. Yeah, I agree that trains are cool, but this isn't a passenger train. It's a freight train. They've all been freight trains. The passenger trains are short. Look, I wish there was a more robust rail line so that, like, I could, I don't know, go across the country in a reasonable amount of time. That would be interesting. I'd love to go on, like, a really long train ride. But this is not a train that I can use. It's freight. I don't even... What do they even ship on freight trains, really? All the boxes are completely nondescript. I have no idea what's in there. In Canada's Wonderland, people get stuck on rides a lot. What? Does that happen there a lot? I guess I've never experienced it. Definitely lost a hat on a ride. All trains are passenger trains if you're homeless and you jump on. Are there still vagrants riding the rails these days? That feels like a 1920s thing. Oh, thank you, Atomic Thomas. I'm glad you thought yesterday's audio was cute. That was a bit of improv from myself. It wasn't as long as I wanted it to be, but, like, whatever. It's bedtime. Yeah, it is, Master Trainer, for you. Good night, fool. It's raining, free showering time. Are you homeless? My experience, all shipping containers are filled with traffic cones. Right. Well, that does remind me of an episode of the Magnus Archives where it was just like a shipping boat, like full of shipping containers that were friggin' empty. It's a train track that's used once a month so the company can argue that they use it and the city won't remove it. Well, I mean, it's a train track. I feel like removing it would be more trouble than it's worth. You could just leave it there, I guess. I mean, if the train company's using it once a month, who cares? Gotta get up and go to work soon. On a Saturday? Blowing up on a Saturday. Said he was hurt by an earthquake about a decade back. whole city was covered with shipping containers and traffic cones from the cleanup for the next 7 years. Wow, okay. Wouldn't have seen that coming. But hey, free traffic cones. Those are expensive, I imagine. It's a free shower, I save money. I mean, are you taking your clothes off outside? Because otherwise that's not much of a shower. You're just getting drenched. The train cars are always empty, though. There's like never any containers on it, and the track is in the middle of the city, so it's really annoying. Okay, so like once a month, it's just like it does that thing where like it blocks traffic for like 10 minutes. That vibe. That's annoying. I suppose if I lived it, I'd probably be bothered, but it sounds like an easy thing to ignore. Working somewhere that's never closed. Oh, dang, how dystopian. Use them as an impromptu megaphone. Have to go to a birthday, I can't escape it. Well, yeah, I mean, everybody has birthdays. It's gonna happen whether you want it to or not. That's just the nature of time. Light rain is okay, but heavy rain is a bother. Yeah, well, you know. The rain gets too heavy, suddenly there's a guy folding paper and murdering people. Ugh, so annoying. That's what heavy rain is about, right? Oh yeah, actually, you know what? Speaking of video games, I saw this weird thing in the library. I decided to take a picture of it because it was super freaking weird. Anybody familiar with the game Alan Wake? I found a book called The Alan Wake Files. That's, it says it's compiled by Clay Stewart, who is like a fake author. I guess it's ghostwritten by somebody. And it's covered in quotes on the back from like fake news outlets and reporters. So I guess it's like an in-depth look on the story in the game. It's just like, it's in-universe fiction in my universe. It's weirding me out. Am I ever gonna finish Vampire Mistress? I can't finish it. I didn't write it. Did you seriously listen to that sound of me speaking and think, oh yes, Fake definitely wrote that? No. It's too well written. Control is fun. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. I should play that game. It looks spooky. Write one myself? I can't. I don't own the character. Has too many sound effects for Fake to have written it. Yeah, you got me. The most sound effects you'll get out of me is one kiss and maybe a door opening. Maybe a spell sound effect if I'm feeling particularly spicy. I don't like sound effects. I don't like putting them in my work. It's annoying. It interrupts my workflow, okay? So going to use the VTuber model in the future or do role plays with the VTuber as a visual element? That's still in the developing phases, but I'm not going to use the VTuber model for like live streaming. I don't think. At least not often. Maybe every month or so you'll get to see my face that I use. But other than that, I think it's in storage for now. Demand more slide whistles. I guess that could be fun, like a slapstick comedy ASMR. Look out, don't step on that banana peel. And then it does the slip on a banana peel sound effect. I should buy a slide whistle just for fun. Boo womp sound effect. Ever to make a Discord fan server? No. That's not happening. You can make your own like little fan-made unofficial servers and do that. I don't care. But don't involve me in it. I've been around the block long enough, and that's just to say that I've been around at all to know that making a Discord server is a bad idea. Makes me itchy just fucking thinking about it. No, never again. There would be 10 hours of interrupted train noises as fake yells over the noise. The sound effects sometimes take you out of the story. Yeah, because, like, I do my best to insert them naturally and make sure that, like, the sound levels aren't, like, off and distracting. Like, I try to make them, like, kind of quiet. Like, as quiet as they can be without, like, sounding weird. But, I don't know, they're just... I try to avoid them whenever I can. Like, even if it would make sense for the scene, like they're in a restaurant, there should be some restaurant ambience. I try to avoid that as much as I can, because it's like, it's annoying. Good night, Connor Bright Eyes. The sun is burning you. It's like a shot from Dune. How this guy go from blue to grayish? Not sure. It's mostly blue on my end. Our lighting is off. But if I tried to change it, it would just blow it out to like super bright. It's supposed to do this automatically. The sun is ruining the sky. Get it out of here. Is that really live sun or just a background screen? No, that's the real sun making a guest appearance. I know. You wouldn't expect that I'd be able to pull such a high-profile guest, but I did. Direct sunlight burns. Yeah. Well, as soon as it gets to a point where it's shining in my eyes too much, I'll probably end the stream. It's not as though it's exactly comfortable from where I'm sitting anyway. I mean, the sun is up, technically. Like, that's a risen sun. I could end it now. This guy's a bluish green. My hair's a bluish green. Number of people with anime profile pics dropped gradually in comments. Well, you don't see friggin' Giorno from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure showing up nearly as often. That was just like a flavor of the week roleplay account. Never really understood people who roleplay as anime characters in comment section. But at least they're better than people who actively roleplay as Nazis. Those pricks. Like, seriously, I don't care if you're being ironic. I see you with, like, a Hitler profile pic or some other high-ranking Nazi officer. You're getting banned. You're being a fucking weirdo. Gotta stop the universe from expanding. A futile gesture. It expands as long as it needs to, which will be forever until the heat death of the universe. That's like one of those things, right? Where you hear about, like, the sun imploding and the heat death of the universe, and you're like, oh no, how scary, even though that's going to happen, like, millions of years after you're gone. You met an old lady Nazi? Well, that's just scary. But at least she's gonna be dead soon. We assume another train? How? I've been sitting here for 1 hour and there's been 4 trains. This is outrageous. Okay, I've been sitting here for 1.5 hours and there's been 4 trains, but that's still outrageous. Redshift and light from galaxies away. So we could be wrong. It might not be expanding. I mean, that's just our opinion. Maybe we're just moving. While the stars die out, the universe will just kind of keep existing. Just a dead universe. But if it exists for that long, then, like, something will happen and then life will come back again. There's no way that's not going to happen. I mean, of course it'll keep existing. It's not like it would just stop. It's another friggin' freight train. It's not even passengers. It's just trains full of pylons. People think the Big Bang was actually a previous universe dying, so technically it could be a giant cycle of some sort. Yeah, that would make the most sense, right? I mean, like, something dies and then something is born from it. It's like when a whale sinks to the bottom of the ocean after it dies. It becomes an entire ecosystem. Our universe could just be, like, living off of the bones of the previous universe. It's possible. I mean, it's very Lovecraftian, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. These Ventropy stars will basically never form up again. Well, that is very dystopian, but fortunately, I'm not going to be here to see that. The universe is a lot bigger than we can comprehend. Yeah, and the time scale that it'll take for it to die is much longer than we can comprehend. So I think we're fine. I don't think any of us have to worry about the universe dying. Those giant whalebone eating worms? No. That sounds scary as hell, though. I'm glad you've enjoyed the stream, TJ. I'm sorry I have to work today. Technically, I'm working today, but I'm not really getting paid. Me giving myself anxiety because the universe might explode 70 trillion years after I died. Yeah, like, it is kind of a scary thought that the universe will end someday, but none of us are going to be here to have to worry about that. Oh, the whales explode after death? Yeah, if you put dynamite in them to try to get them off of a beach and end up crushing somebody's car hood. Anybody seen that video? That was such a stupid idea. They were just like, yeah, we gotta get this dead whale back in the ocean. Explosives. So gross. You get paid when someone donates. Yeah, well, right now I'm making under minimum wage. I'm making what servers make, but I didn't get a tip. Alright, good night, Bjorn Smith. Good night to New Zealand, I suppose. If you're in the future, tell us if something bad happens. Whales actually explode because their gastrous insides causing pressure to build up and eventually explode. Yeah, but at least they're underwater for that. Do you think it would make a bubble on the surface if they were up high enough? Whales explode because of decomposing gas, but they tried to blow themselves to put too much dynamite. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I always get sad for those whales that end up beached. Like, it's just, they made a mistake, they went the wrong way, and all of a sudden they can't get back. It's unfortunate. And you can't really push them back into the ocean because they're so heavy. You need, like, special equipment. Thank you, TJ Tharp, for being a real faker for 3 months. Have to go to work. Alright. Goodbye, TJ. Good luck at work. I hope they don't crush your spirit. Where's Old Zealand? Oh, you know. It's in the previous world. It's in Earth 0. They still explode underwater. Well, I don't... How does that work? Because, like, whales are mammals, right? They breathe air. So when they die, do they float up to the top of the water, or do they just sink down? Or do they float up, explode, and then sink down? How does that work? It's a province in the Netherlands. That's just Zealand. Okay. Vibes. Big fan of the Netherlands. They got nice tulips. Canada and the Netherlands. We're friends. They only release methane when they die. They do float, and pressure from the methane builds, and they explode. Oh, okay. Seen the movie Whale Rider? No, I've never heard of that. I've seen Free Willy, though. That's the only whale movie I've seen. Unless Finding Nemo counts. So the whales will float up. They get the sun. They get the gases. They explode. And then they sink to the bottom of the ocean to become a ecosystem for many life forms. Good night, Harkin Drake. Truly, in this context, is real dark. Well, I mean, whales don't live forever. Everything dies eventually. Even lobsters. Even crabs. Even jellyfish. Why is it that sea creatures are the ones that are almost immortal? What the... Okay, that was weird. I don't know what that sound was. It's 13:20. Okay. Military time, I see. Nah, I'm kidding. No matter what, I just can't seem to wrap my head around 24-hour time. I just find it annoying. I'll just stick to the 12s. The numbers get too high, my brain shuts off. And yes, 20 is a high number. Oh no, the clouds are coming in. They're gonna get the sun. They're gonna get his ass. There's a plant that was really good birth control. Yeah, and then the Romans... This is why conservation of your plants is important. This is why the Svalbard seed vault exists. Don't bang your birth control plant to extinction, you fools. Well, Rider is a movie about the indigenous people in New Zealand. Maori. A girl wants to be the new leader because, I don't know, and then she almost commits suicide because she is riding a whale. Wow, that sounds like a really bad idea. Like, I could understand if it was like a fantasy movie where, like, whales are rideable, but IRL, you should not go anywhere near a whale. Isn't it actually, like, illegal to get too close to, like, a blue whale? Or whatever they're called, the big ones? You're not allowed to go near them. If that thing even, like, hit you with its fins, you would die. Said condoms made from animals' intestines. Well, yeah, we've had those for centuries. It's what the dudes in the 1800s were using. Anyway, the sun has risen and now it is hidden. Wow, seriously, that happened in India too? Great. Nobody ever thinks ahead with these things. Why do we keep banging our birth control to extinction? The whale is their god because yes, and she becomes the new leader because hallelujah, and she survived. Okay, well, that sounds like a dumb movie. Now we don't have the Blue Lotus. That sucks. Seals are protected and you shouldn't get near them because they fuck you up. But whales too, I think. Yeah, I don't think you're allowed near whales. Especially not killer whales. This is why the seed vaults exist. Yeah, exactly. Those dudes are gonna keep us alive. Should the apocalypse happen. Well, they'll keep you alive. I'm not gonna be here. If the apocalypse happens and society crumbles and there's no more internet or electricity or easy access to salt and vinegar chips, I'm out. I'm not even gonna try to stick around to do the whole, like, apocalypse survival thing. I'm leaving. Once got near a seal as a kid, some lady yelled at you. Well, it's probably good that she did that, because, like, a seal would fuck you up. Seen a whale, very cool, but full of plastic. Yeah, exactly. Here, chips, you know, salt and vinegar chips. You know, every time I've been to, like, I don't know if they have them in other countries besides, like, Canada and the United States, but the United States does them wrong. The United States has a real issue with vinegar. I'll just say it. Salt and vinegar chips in the US, they don't have enough vinegar on them. They don't. They don't taste anything like vinegar. They're just kind of like weird salt chips. That's all it is. What else am I going to dip? Oh, you know, the old-fashioned way. Salt and vinegar chips are the only chips that make me eat slowly. Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, I had a poor tolerance for them, but I love the taste. So I would just be, like, eating them with a huge glass of milk. It's not like they're spicy or anything. It's just, like, the milk. I drank way too much milk as a kid. My parents had to start restricting how much milk I could drink in a day. They were just like, you can have 1 glass of milk a day. Stop drinking it all. Sounds like my bones are strong. Never broke a single one. Except my nose, I guess. But that doesn't count. It's cartilage. I'm certain that if I went to a doctor about it, they'd just be like, yeah, your nose is broken. But it's still working. According to my mother, her nose was broken for years before the doctor picked that up. So she had to get it fixed. It was very dramatic. Milk and salt and vinegar sounds like a bad combo. Did it not have an effect? What effect would it have? I was cutting out the vinegar sting with milk. It was fine. I'd still do it today because I like milk. It's a good drink. Good morning, Davs. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's the worst injury I've ever had? Probably the nose thing. I think. Well, I do have like a cut, like a scar on my knee from when I fell over on some rocks once, but that was just like annoying. It was probably the nose thing. How strict is Alberta's no rats rule? I've only heard about that. I don't think I've ever been to Alberta. Yeah, no rats. Makes sense to me. One time a horse kicked you in the knee. Jesus Christ. And you can still walk?
You're a real faker? That's so cool.
Thank you, Davs Codegs, for becoming a real faker. Thank you so much. Been to Edmonton once. Oh yeah, that is the only city in Alberta. I'm kidding. Kind of? Not much is going on over there. They've got oil fields. I don't know. Well, because you tripped on a pebble and my glasses cut my elbow, making me bleed all over my clothes. Well, that does sound pretty scary. I'm sorry you have to deal with a scar about that. Like, you know. I always find blood running down the face to be very aesthetically interesting. It's probably just because I'm messed up, though. Accidentally slashed your arm with broken glass. Damn. A lot of glass around here. I don't think I've ever cut myself on glass. I know I've definitely, like, broken some glasses before. Oh, yeah. One time, like, in my parents' living room, they have a, you know, like a wine rack that's got, like, the wine glasses hanging upside down in it. We were all just chilling in the living room, watching TV, and then all of a sudden, the wine glass, like, broke off at the stem, and the cup part just, like, fell to the ground. It didn't break, it was just, like, the stem just out of nowhere, just fell off the stem. It was kind of spooky. It's a good thing that it happened when my parents were present, though, because if it hadn't, they probably would have blamed me for breaking it. Someone threw an empty bottle of beer at you once. Jesus. Okay. I threw an empty bottle of beer once. Not at a person. I found a box of empty beer bottles down by, like, I don't know what you would call it, like a quarry? Something like that, I don't know. It's just like an area, just a very treed area. So I took one and I threw it at a tree because I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to break a beer bottle. And I did that. And then I left. I didn't want to get in too much trouble. But I did want to break a beer bottle. Just because, you know. Is the sun setting or rising? I mean, rising. You can see it going up. Broke a glass window by throwing a mango like a football? Dang. Guess it wasn't ripe enough. Why were you throwing a mango like a football? Friend want to do that? They did it on your head? Jesus Christ, dude. Getting into all sorts of scrapes. He's a dumbass kid, that's why. Yeah, fair enough. New extreme sports with mangoes, yes. They're the football. Whew. Got a screw in my shoe and it was so close to getting into my heel. Ooh, that's uncomfy. Man, look at that. The sun looks like it's over perhaps a winter landscape, maybe. You could mistake it for like being over like a snowdrift. Main form of attack is headbutt, says my head is really hard. That sounds unsafe. I want to get checked for like concussions by a neurologist. I don't know. You should mess with your head. It's important. That's where your brain is. Presumably. Anyway. I'm super tired now. We've seen the sunrise. We're like crazy early risers. We got the worm. We got the worm. It's fine. You know what? We're done. I'm gonna end the stream now. I'm tired. I'm gonna go lie down. Got stuff to do in gacha games. Okay. Thank you to everybody who donated. Thank you to Davs for being a real faker. He's the only one, so he gets a personal thank you. Yeah. So, thank you all for watching, and have a good day, because it's daytime now. Yeah. Bye.